retrofuturistic architecture, freedom, dreamers, the Seastading Institute and a 3D illustration program are some of the ingredients that are part of this final project. That is why today we welcome you to New Sealand, the googie micronation located in the North Sea. First of all, let me tell you about the Principality of Sealand. When World War II ended, many of the forts that were built for war purposes were abandoned and fell into disuse. This was the case for the Rough Sands, which later became the Principality of Sealand. Over the years, Sealand has not only managed to write a story composed of princes, princesses, pirates and criminals, but also managed to be recognised as a de facto state. But its founders and first inhabitants are no longer among us, and now this micronation is for sale, and with it the opportunity to anyone who can afford the high price of having their own nation. Now, let me tell you about New Sealand. The lucky millionaire who finally made the fort is called Andrew Ryan, who is considered the founder of New Sealand. In addition, Andrew will invite a series of friendly characters to follow him in this adventure. They are Rosavella, like the mysterious one, Robert Banks, as a sympathetic artist and barman, Leona Philpott, as a computer researcher, Team Nemo, like those that make New Sealand work, Sean Hastings, as the retired lawyer and partner of Rosavella, Jordana and Patricia, as the architects of the Seastading Institute, and Jessica Lautner, as the starlight astronomer. The story of a day in New Sealand is told from fragments of time of different acts. We started with Martin and the sunrise on the platform, and in the first act we see how this member of the Nemo team walks from the treatment plant, going out to the gardens, through the restaurant, through the food processor. And the witness goes to Jordan and Patricia, who go to the offices to make a conference of which we can only read a summary of the most important questions. The story continues with the very Andrew Ryan, who despite being successful and a millionaire is sad. It's sad because he's just been divorced, and it doesn't matter if you're one of the most famous businessmen in the world or that you end up founding your own nation. The important thing is love, and in this case the important thing is to distract Andrew so he is not depressed. And for that, who better than the beloved bartender and artist Robert Banks? This is how Robert gives Andrew a play he had just written. The witness goes to a contortionist, recognised within the heterogeneous group of artists who go in search of Rosavella, who for an unknown but convenient reason for the artist to tour the entire circus tower, is on the trampoline at the back of the tower. Subtle but undeniably necessary is introduced, thanks to a text that Rosavella reads, googie architecture and populist context. Finally, all the characters meet at the bar, where the New Sealand opening party was organised that very day, and when we believe that the story is over, Andrew begins to talk about love in a delirium powered by tequila, and that is when we learn of some past love of Jessica's, who casually goes to find another bottle of tequila and finds herself, for the first time in all this time, that in the micronation on a platform of just over 500 metres squared also lives the charming character of Robert Banks, and splashes over. But it did not end completely. In the end, we find the expendable chapters where there may be some clue as to how the story continues, but no. In them, we will find exclusively important information to finish defining the project, as an atlas of micronations where they classify and briefly define the most important ones. And another addendum with 2 articles that complete the one Rosavella was reading, and where the characteristics of the googie style are explained, and we reflect on the heritage of the style and its role in our time. And now, yes. Splashes over.